Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Halle J here. For those of you who are new, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've already prepped and primed my client's skin, so now I am going in with the NARS Natural Longwear Foundation in the shades New Caledonia and Namibia. And I'm taking a small brush and applying that all over her face. To blend it in, I'm using a Real Techniques Instapop face brush and just pressing that foundation into her skin. Once that is blended, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Maple and applying that underneath her eyes, the bridge of her nose, the top of her lip, her forehead, and her chin. These are all areas that I want to highlight and brighten. While that concealer is sitting, I am going to go ahead and fill in her brows. I'm using the Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in dark brown, and I am just underlining her brows and filling in her brows a little bit. I don't like to do too much with my brows. I like them to look fairly natural, and I just allow the concealer to intensify them and shape them. When I do my faces, I like to multitask since I do need to allow my concealer to dry down a bit for a fuller coverage. I find another area on the face that I can work on. And to conceal her brows, I'm using that same concealer. To brighten up her under eye, I am using that Too Faced concealer in Cookie now in those same areas except for her chin. And I'm using that same Real Techniques brush to blend it out as well. As you see, I get very close to her under eye, blend as far as I can, and then I'll go in with a sponge to get underneath her eye and fill in those creases. To set her under eyes, I went in with the Dermablend-Translucent powder, and also I mixed some of the Sacha Buttercup in there as well, just to give it a yellow tint. To contour, I'm using the Morphe Face Palette in Deep Glam, and I'm taking the bronzer shade and a little bit of that first contour shade and patting that into the hollows of her cheeks. Since that area is still wet, you want to make sure you mattify the area before you start to swipe on the powder. For blush, I'm using that same palette, and I'm going into that, it's a berry plum shade, and I'm just applying that on the top of the contour and on the apples of her cheeks. Now moving on to eyeshadow, I am taking that same palette and using that first bronzer shade as a transition shade, and I like to just press it on the outer corner of her eye and into the crease, and then once it's mattified, just like we did the contour, I'm going to use swiping motions to blend it in. To deepen up the crease, I went in with that next contour shade, and I just is that what I used? Yeah, I think I did. I went in with that next contour shade and just blended that in. I'm going to make a soft cut crease, so I'm taking some concealer on a Real Techniques concealer brush, and I'm patting some of that concealer off on the center of her eye. And once I'm ready, I'm just going to continue to pat that in. And the brush is already round, so it helps me to create that shape without me having to do too much work. So I just pat that in and make the crease. To blend that concealer, the edges of the concealer, I'm going to take some of that brown shade and just go over top and just do some circular motions so it's not as harsh. And to set that concealer, I'm going in with my Warrior 2 palette from Juvias Place and taking that grayish color and patting that over the crease, the cut crease. I went ahead and applied liner. I used the Inglot gel liner, and I also did it in her waterline as well. To set the rest of her face, I went in with one of my Black Radiance pressed powders. I believe I used Cafe, and I also went in underneath her eyes with it as well. This helps with flashback. It's just what I use to set the face overall. So now I'm just taking some of that brown and gray shade in the Warrior 2 palette and just smoking out her waterline. She didn't want me to do a lip on her. She just wanted to apply her gloss. So that's her doing that now. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's something quick. I know I haven't posted in a while, but if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, join the gang. And if you have any video suggestions, please let me know down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.